Welcome to Code Essentials KE. So this is the second tutorial on Git and GitHub for beginners, and in this short tutorial I will be showing you how to push changes right to our GitHub repository from our local Git folder. Right. In the last tutorial we published the index.html file. We started by creating the local Git folder by using the git init command, and we added the file index.html with some content, and then we push to GitHub. And now in this scenario, let's say that you can see in my index.html the title is blank, and maybe I also want to add some other content and push to my remote GitHub or the Git from the GitHub. So I can say from the title, I can actually say example, and then I'm going to the body and I'm going to add a h3 tag, right? So that is an HTML tag, and then I'm going to say this was added to showcase pushing code to remote Git repository, right? Repository, right? Yeah. So now I've added this line, and also I've added the example on the title. Now remember, this file now is only in my local machine. I've not yet committed to the local Git folder, and I want these changes to be synchronized to the remote Git repository that is hosted by GitHub. So GitHub is just a service that hosts Git folders or Git repositories, right? So now I'm going to open my terminal. If you have not opened your VS Code, you go to terminal and then new terminal, right? So now I'm in my terminal and the folder is GitHub that we worked with the last time. Then I'm going to say git add dot. So git add dot means that we want to add the file to our local Git folder or Git repository. Then click on enter. It will not show anything if it is successful. And then now I'm going to commit the file. To commit a file is actually like staging. You're actually staging the file. You're actually saying that now this file is ready to be committed to our remote GitHub repository. So I'm going to use a git commit, then -m for message, and I'm going to say committed, or I'm going to say changed title tag and added h3 tag, right? So that is our message, and I'm going to click on enter, and it says 1 file changed, 2 insertions and 2 deletions. So now I've committed my changes, which means that the file is now ready to it has been staged, is ready to be pushed to our remote Git repository. And because in the last tutorial we connected our local and our remote repository, I'm going to say git push. So this one will push the changes, and we are going to see those changes in our remote Git repository that is hosted in GitHub. So git push. Now you can see the magic. Yeah, so you can see it says enumerating objects, counting objects, and it also says remote resolving deltas. And you can see now this is a local repository, https github.com mikasifuna git beginners.git, right? So this message shows that everything went on fine. So now we are going to our Google Chrome, and we'll open the github.com/mikasifuna. You can also access your remote Git URL from this one. You just click on control and then click, so this one will open the file, right? So now we can close this one and we go to repositories. So from repositories we can see Git beginners. This is the first video on GitHub, that is a repository description, and you can see updated 1 minute. So let's click on the repository to open it, and then we are going to open the index.html. You can see the 2 minutes and 3 commits. So the last commit was 2 minutes, or the last push. So we open the file and we can actually see now the file is the same as the one from our local machine. So you can see the title says example, and you also see the h3 which says this was added to showcase pushing code to remote Git repository. That is the same file that we have here on our local machine. You can actually see it is the same code. We have the example, and we also have the this was added to showcase pushing code to remote Git repository. And that marks the end of our short tutorial. See you in the next Git and GitHub for beginners tutorial. Thank you.